guys, I just wanted to drop in today because it's time to have a chat to you about nutrition stuff. So this is a bit of an intro to me and the nutrition side of things. On my other bits of my channel, I'm kind of talking about my own health journey, but here's somewhere that I would like to introduce myself as well. So this is a bit of a different side of me. Okay, so my background with nutrition is that I've always had quite complicated personal health and a very interesting relationship with food. So way back in the day when I was just up and coming into the employment world, I was committed to food in a way that was mainly about feeding other people delicious things. And so one of my first workforce moves was to get myself into a bakery. And at that time I did complete the 5-year baker pastry chef apprenticeship, which was pretty cool. Did a lot of night shifts for the baking stuff, made a lot of cakes, upskilled, had a bit of fun, and continued with that journey for quite some time until all of a sudden the health stuff and the food stuff collided. So what happened was that being a baker, I'm sure you can imagine you're in a bakery, there's lots of flour in the air. Part of what you do is like fling it on the bench before you put the dough onto the bench to stop it from sticking, and all of a sudden out of nowhere I was allergic to flour in the air. So there was a lot of sneezing, and I tried a whole bunch of things, antihistamines, wearing a kind of N95 style mask at work before COVID was even a thing. But essentially nothing worked, and I could not stop sneezing and I couldn't continue. So that was that scuppered. I took a little while to have a think about things after that, and I landed back at uni. Well, landed at uni, not back. I had not previously been. So I got myself educated again around food. So I graduated with a Bachelor of Health Science in Nutritional Medicine in 2016, which is some time ago at recording of this video, and popped myself into clinical practice after that, and kind of escalated in a variety of different ways. So there was a moment where I was doing direct food prep again, but that wasn't particularly long lasting because frankly my days of night shifts are over. I'm not here for that. What I have done since then is a lot of one-on-one work with people who might have quite complicated health, and in that nutrition space it's been less clinical practice and more sort of gentle coaching. A lot of listening and trying to work out just little bits here and there, little changes that can make big differences to how people function. I've also moved into more of a case coordination, advocacy and linking role. So over the past, I'm going to say three years, that's been much more at the forefront of what I've been doing. So that's stuff like advocating for people, linking in with multidisciplinary teams, talking to all of the different aspects of healthcare to support someone to get everything they need coming in where they are. And I think what I found is that for whatever reason, complicated and tricky people just resonate with me. And that's probably because I'm also a complicated and tricky person. So I've got a fair amount of understanding about that stuff. I think because I'm a complicated and tricky person, I've had the full spectrum of people in the health industry, and I've had the full spectrum of approaches. And that ranges from the very worst, which is just people without enough information, instead of acknowledging that they don't have that information or that's not their field of expertise, they've just kind of doubled down and gone, that's not correct, you're not feeling that, you need to do simple things and you'll be fine, it's all in your head. I mean, we've probably all come across medical gaslighting at some point in our lives, and I don't really want to apportion blame, but what I do want to say is the whole spectrum. I've been there. So if you're there now, you know that I know, we know. Okay, it's not great. And then I've had mid-range, people that are kind of helpful but maybe don't know when to refer, or people that are helpful but they're way off over there in a different direction, untethered and unable to reel it back in when it looks like, you know what, that's not what it is, mate. And then I've also had experience with people who are just stupendously good. And it's all of these things that have really influenced how I look after people now. So what it's done is kind of break down the preconceptions about, you know, from my perspective, oh, I need to give you this prescriptive advice, everybody needs to know this is going to work for everyone, this applies to everyone. You know what, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. And even having stuff made up, ready to go, is probably not going to foot the bill with tricky people, because you're starting on an assumption. And so how that's changed how I practice now is that I listen. There's a lot of listening. There's a lot of information gathering. That time to tell your story and get it all out and have someone listen to you and believe you and be there for you in a way that means action, changes, advocacy, advice, you know, and like, sure, on the nutrition front, advice, you know, gentle coaching, steps, listening to the aversions, listening to the weird stuff, taking it all in, working it out, making those referrals if they're required, finding out the kind of vibe of the person. Is this going to be someone that's going to work for you? Do they have experience in that space? All of the behind the scenes stuff, that's important too. So it's been a very interesting journey for me personally, but I think I'm now in a place where I'm ready to add some new people who might need some very unique, individualized strategies on how to feel a little bit more comfortable in their bodies too. Part of what I intend to do is share some personal journey stuff with my food on this channel, and I'm going to do that because it's an ever evolving adventure, and some of the things that I have going on you might have, but if you don't, that's fine. You'll see how I work through it. You'll see what I do to support myself, who I reach out to. You're going to see me processing, and that's going to give you more of an idea as to whether I'm someone that could be a good fit for you. And of course, if there are takeaways for you in my journey, take them, run with them, have a good time. Don't injure yourself, be sensible. Don't use a copy and paste approach. But knowing that you can also reach out to me if you need additional support, we can book in a time, you know, we can work it out. I mean, the way that I'm going to do this is going to be very individualized. As with anyone who has chronic health stuff, my time, space and energy are important and need to be accommodated and protected. So it's all about finding people who are a good fit, you know, people who are having ongoing issues, need that help, willing to put the work in, gonna be honest, gonna let me know how it is, gonna speak up for themselves, and gonna ask for help when they need it. So that's what I'm looking for. If you feel like you're that person and you want my help, great, reach out, we'll have a chat, we'll work it out. I wanted to kind of drop in some of the things that I love dealing with and some of the things that I've got extensive experience in dealing with here, so that, again, if you fall into those categories, it might flag something for you. You might go, okay, maybe we're a good fit. So this is all about like a get to know you, let's chat about it, but obviously in a way that's convenient and comfortable. You'll notice that I put subtitles on all of my videos and that I use dyslexic friendly fonts. My goal is to make this as accessible as possible for people, because we're not all issued with the same deck of cards, and it really doesn't do anyone any favours if we're excluding large portions of the population because we're catering for a more able set. All right, here we go. Here's my list. Endometriosis, IBS, both constipation and diarrhea type, POTS, neurodiversity, texture aversions, food aversions, mental health stuff, menopause, women's hormones at all stages, but menopause is an especially fun one, Ehlers-Danlos, pain, chronic or, periodic, but pain. So all of those things I love, they light me up. It's a strange thing to say, no? Irrespective. You know what I mean? I'm passionate about them, I think is probably a better way to say that. I'm passionate about helping people with these things feel better in themselves. Okay, in like non-fatty, non-diet, non-weight shaming, non-judging ways. If you've had people tell you to drastically change the way your body looks before they're going to assist you, this is not that place. I will never discuss your body without your permission. I will never advise you to take a diet approach. I am never going to ask you to count your calories or ask for your measurements. All of those things give me the ick. It's not okay. This is a safe place, okay? I'm scared and appalled by a lot of the things that go down in the name of health with regards to body shaming, and I'm offering you my reassurances that this is not what you will get with me. So if you want to come along with me on my journey, please follow. I'd love to have you here. And if you want me to assist with your journey, reach out. Let's see if we can work together. All right, thanks for taking the time to listen to this. And if you liked my content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Again, I'd love to keep going with this. I want to put the information out there for you guys, and I've got a wealth of knowledge to share. So please get involved, click all the things, and join me on my mission for more comfort and less bad times in your own skin. All right, thanks guys. Catch you later.